Imagine you are standing in a garden, surrounded by blooming flowers and a tree bearing fruit. To get those sweet fruits, what did you have to do? You had to tend the soil, plant the seeds, water them regularly, and patiently wait for the harvest season. Similarly, a prosperity mindset is like a seed. It does not bear fruit immediately, but if you nurture it, water it, and care for it daily, one day you will reap the sweet rewards of prosperity. The problem is, many of us live in a world filled with scarcity. We are trapped in a cycle of thinking that there is not enough money, not enough opportunities, not enough time. These thoughts, though easy to recognize, are invisible barriers that prevent us from growing. So why is there scarcity in our lives? Why is there poverty in our thinking? The answer is simple: because we have not yet developed a prosperity mindset. A prosperity mindset is not just about money. It is the realization that there is enough for everyone in this world, that resources and opportunities are all around you. You just need to be willing to see and seize them. We cannot simply hope that prosperity will come. It requires a continuous process of learning and growth. Think about wealthy, successful people. They are not the ones sitting around waiting for opportunities to knock. They are the ones who have developed themselves to the point where they create their own opportunities. That is the difference between the poor and the rich. I want you to compare two people, one with a scarcity mindset and one with a prosperity mindset. A person with a scarcity mindset always feels unlucky, lacking opportunities. They believe the world is scarce and only a few can succeed. A person with a prosperity mindset is the opposite. They believe everything can change, that new opportunities always exist, that there is always a way to start over. They understand that prosperity is not a destination, but a process of growth and transformation in how they view life. So, what is the first step to developing a prosperity mindset? The first step is realizing that it is not about money, it is about who you become. Success does not come from what you have, but from who you are. It is you, your habits, mindset, and actions that create the results in your life. I want you to ask yourself, am I ready to become the person I need to be to achieve prosperity? If the answer is yes, the next step is action. Start with the smallest things. Read books about finance, change how you manage your time, or start saving a small amount each month. These actions will gradually transform your mindset. And when your mindset changes, your life will change too. Remember, prosperity is not something you achieve overnight. It is the result of continuous growth, like a tree that must be cared for and nurtured day by day. Never forget, it is not the money, it is who you become. If you want to change your mindset first, because everything you need is already within you. And finally, I want you to remember that prosperity is not a destination. It is a journey. You will not walk it alone on this journey. You will meet like-minded people, those ready to help you when you need it. And most importantly, you will become the person you want to be. Now, stop dreaming about a wealthy life and start acting to build it. That is the difference. When you look at an ancient tree in a forest, you see something strong, steady, and enduring for hundreds of years. But did you know that tree started as a tiny seed? It faced countless challenges, storms, strong winds, even droughts, but it still grew. Not through immediate strength, but through patience. That is the difference between those who achieve success and those who give up. Patience is one of the most critical factors in achieving your goals. Not everyone realizes this at first, because we live in a society where everything seems attainable instantly. We seek quick results. Sometimes thinking a good idea or a little effort is enough for everything to happen. But reality is far different. Do not expect things to come easily. True success comes from those willing to persevere and not give up when things do not go as planned. You may see wealthy people, successful leaders, or famous entrepreneurs. They all share one thing: patience. They understand that patience is not delay, but commitment to what they are doing. Remember, every small step matters. Never underestimate the value of the little things you do each day. Small, consistent habits can create significant differences in the long run. A seed does not grow into a tree on the first day, but if you keep nurturing it, over time, you will see change. I want you to picture this. If you are not persistent, if you give up at the start, you will never see results. But if you keep going, if you continue to dedicate yourself despite difficulties, you will achieve things you never thought possible. Success is a process, and only those who are patient will reach the destination. Look at successful investors like Warren Buffett. He started investing at a young age, but he did not expect massive profits immediately. He knew patience was key in investing. He did not chase short-term gains, but sought stable, long-term investments and stuck to his strategy, even when markets fluctuated. A prosperity mindset is not just about having clear goals. It is also about understanding that every goal takes time to achieve. You must be patient, like a farmer planting crops, knowing that each season will not yield fruit immediately, but trusting that one day the rewards will come from relentless effort. This applies to any area of life, from work to relationships to personal growth. Success is not a destination, but an ongoing process. It is a journey you must walk daily, despite difficulties or challenges. And when you are patient, when you do not give up, you will see that success is the inevitable result of persistent effort. Remember, nothing is easy and nothing is impossible. You just need to be patient and keep walking the path you have chosen. That is the key to unlocking the door to prosperity. Imagine a simple yet crucial truth. You are standing at a crossroads in your life. Before you lies a sea of opportunities, a world full of potential. Each path can lead to different outcomes, one to success, one to failure, one full of promise, and one full of challenges. But you know what? You are the one who decides which path to take. We are talking about decisions today, but I am not just talking about big decisions. Think about the small choices you make every day. Every choice, every moment. Every day you decide what to do, what to think, how to act. Those decisions are the key to creating your future. Here is something I want you to understand right now. Life waits for no one. You cannot sit there hoping opportunities will knock on your door. Only when you decide to act, when you are truly determined and step out of your comfort zone, will you see the power of decision making. I want you to think about this right now. You are standing before an important choice in your life. You can continue with old habits, with procrastination, with excuses to delay action. Or you can decide that now is the time to change. What will you do? Decisions are the greatest power you have. You have the power to decide what to do each morning, how to do it, and what to think. You have the power to choose change, choose action, choose learning. And once you decide, everything starts to change. But do not misunderstand decisions. Do not mean you will see results immediately. Decisions are the first step, but action is the critical factor that follows. Let me give you an example from real life, from someone I know well. Imagine you have a friend who wants to start a business. He has enough ideas and talent, but keeps delaying. Why? Because he cannot decide if he can do it. Then one day, he faces an important truth. I cannot keep standing still. I must act now. And from that moment, everything starts to change. He decides not just to do the work, but to commit to never turning back, never giving up. And the result of that decision, you can see it. He became successful. Decisions are not about comfort, but they are the first element of change. You must dare to step out of your comfort zone. Acting on the decisions you make, that is how you create real results. No one can say there will be no challenges, but successful people know that challenges are part of the journey. I want you to think about a saying I love. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Look at the people you spend time with. If you do not spend time with people who have a growth mindset, who are ambitious, you will never achieve what you want. Your decision about who you want to become, about what you want to achieve, is also a decision about who you want to surround yourself with. So today, decide to change. Decide that you will become the person you need to be to achieve everything you desire. Do not wait for a tomorrow that promises nothing. Do not wait until it is too late to realize you missed too many opportunities. Act now. Decisions are not something far-fetched. They are actions you can take right now. And when you decide, everything changes. There is a saying I love, and I want you to remember it now. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievements. If you want to achieve success, if you want the life you dream of, you need one thing: discipline. Think about a farmer. To have a bountiful harvest, he must work hard every day. There is no day for rest. He must plant, water, fertilize, and monitor every step of the crop's growth. The harvest does not come in one night, but after months of relentless effort, the results come. Success is like that. It does not come from quick decisions or half-hearted actions, but from persistent, determined steps over a long time. Success is the result of patience, perseverance, and most importantly, the discipline. Why is discipline so important? Because it creates habits, and habits are the deciding factors in your life. A person without discipline, no matter how talented, will not go anywhere. Conversely, a person with discipline, even with less talent, will always achieve success. Discipline is not just about working hard. It is about working the right way, doing the right things. If you look at any successful person, from Warren Buffett to Jim Rohn, they share one thing: they know how to persistently practice the right habits every day. They do not just work when they feel inspired. They work every day, never giving up. That is the most critical factor in achieving lasting success. I want you to think about a simple example from daily life. Imagine you want to lose weight. You may have a goal to lose 10 pounds in a month, but if you do not have the discipline to walk every day or eat healthily, you will never reach that goal. You will feel tired. You will want to give up. But if you persist, if you keep going despite lacking motivation, you will see results. That is discipline. Discipline is doing the right things, even when you do not feel like doing them. So, how do you build discipline in your life? Step 1, set clear goals. Goals must be specific, measurable, and have a deadline. Without clear goals, you cannot know where you are going. Step 2, develop positive habits. Do not just think about big goals and ignore the small daily tasks. Positive habits like reading every day, journaling, or exercising regularly will contribute to significant changes in your life. Step 3, be persistent. Discipline is not something you can achieve overnight. You must practice it every day, like exercising. Muscles do not grow if you only work out once and give up. Discipline is something you must practice consistently. And one more important thing, Discipline is not something you wait to feel ready to do. Discipline is something you must start immediately. If you wait till you feel perfect, you will wait your whole life. Think about a sports team. To win, the players cannot just go out on the field when they feel like they can win. They must practice every day, gradually improving their skills and fitness, even on tiring, challenging, or uninspiring days. They must follow the coach's rules. Follow discipline every day to become a winning team. So ask yourself, are you ready to build discipline in your life? Where can you start? Just one small habit, like writing down 3 things you will do each day, and when you do them, you have started building discipline. Discipline is what determines where you will go. You cannot control everything in life, but you can control what you do each day. You can control your actions, and that is how you build your future. Remember, success does not come from what you do in one day, but from what you do every day. When you walk into a room, the first thing you feel is the atmosphere, the environment around you. It might be a warm atmosphere filled with love and encouragement, or it could be a cold, the scarce atmosphere that makes you feel uneasy. And you know what? The environment around you is one of the factors that determines who you will become in life. Imagine you are a seed, and the environment is the soil you were planted in. If the soil is fertile, if the environment is full of light and water, you will grow and bloom. But if the soil is poor, lacking nutrients, you will struggle to sprout. And if you do, your growth will be limited. Your environment determines how far you can go. Here, the environment is not just the physical space around you, but also the people you interact with, the information you consume, and the habits you form daily. The environment is all the external factors that influence you, but can profoundly affect how you think and act. How do you build a successful environment? First, you start with the people you interact with. You may not realize it, but the people around you greatly influence what you think and do. If you spend too much time with pessimistic, unambitious people, they will pull you down. You will gradually start thinking and acting like them. And as a result, you will not achieve your goals. Choose the people you want to become and spend time with them. One important principle I want you to remember is you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Think about this for a moment. If you spend most of your time with lazy, goalless people, how can you succeed? If you want to change your life, you must change the people you interact with. Second, your successful environment must be built from positive habits. If you always neglect time for learning, reading, or personal growth each day, you will never see significant changes in your life. Every day is an opportunity to grow, learn, and improve. Your daily habits shape who you will become in the future. Do not let procrastination rob you of valuable opportunities. Build a successful environment from the simplest things. It could be spending a few minutes each day writing down your goals. It could be reading a book daily to expand your knowledge. It could be creating a tidy, organized workspace where you feel comfortable and energized to work. Third, a successful environment must be nurtured by a positive mindset. Do not let negative thoughts or fears control you. If you always think you are not good enough or capable enough, you will limit yourself. The only way to break that limitation is to change how you think. Focus on what you can do, what you can change, and the opportunities you can seize. We cannot control everything in life, but we can control our environment. You can choose the people you interact with, the habits you practice daily, and how you think. Remember, you will never grow if you do not change your environment. A person cannot mature in an environment unsuited to their growth. Find an environment where you can thrive, where you are surrounded by like-minded people who want to grow and succeed like you. Think about something simple. You can change your life, but not overnight. Success does not come from a giant leap or a single event. It comes from the small things you do every day. Imagine a river. Each drop of water creates a small ripple. But when those ripples combine, they can create a powerful current strong enough to sweep everything in its path. Habits are like that. Each small habit you build daily may not create immediate change, but when they add up, they create immense power, enough to transform you into a completely different person. If you want to change your life, you do not need to do extraordinary things. You just need to do simple things consistently every day. Habits are things we do without thinking much. They become part of our lives. But if you do not realize that your habits are shaping your life, you will never be able to change. Your habits will determine who you become in the future. If you have the habit of reading daily, you will become a person with deep knowledge. If you exercise daily, you will have a healthy body. If you save money each month, you will have solid finances in the future. Habits are the most critical factor in building lasting success. But there is a problem, and you must recognize it. If you do not build positive habits, you will unintentionally build negative ones, and negative habits, like an undercurrent, will pull you away from the path to success. You desire a negative habit, even something small like procrastination, will drag you down gradually without you noticing. Think about the negative habits you might have. Maybe it is neglecting to plan for tomorrow, sleeping in, or watching too much television. These habits do not destroy you immediately, but over time, they will leave you stagnant, and you will never achieve what you want. So, how do you change your habits? The answer is simple. Change one small step at a time. Do not try to change everything at once. Start with small habits. If you want to read, start with 1 chapter a day. If you want to exercise, start with 10 minutes daily. These small steps will create significant differences over time. Remember, habits are not something you do once and are done. They are something you must maintain every day. When you maintain good habits, you will start to see changes in your life. Those changes will not happen immediately, but they will come if you persist and do not give up. A saying I often repeat is, success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. Those small efforts are your habits. Build positive habits, and you will automatically achieve your big goals in life. So, what do you think about your habits? Do you realize how your daily habits are affecting your life? Start changing small habits today, and you will see a completely different future. Habits determine who you will become. Think about someone you admire. Maybe they are successful in their career. Someone who seems to have everything: talent, opportunities. You know what they have? Confidence. They believe in themselves. I believe they can overcome challenges. Believe they can achieve things others dare not dream of. And you know what? Confidence is the key to it all. Confidence is not something you have instantly. It is not something that comes naturally to everyone. Confidence is a skill. And like any skill, it can be developed over time. Imagine you are standing before a crowd, preparing to speak. If you do not believe in what you are saying, if you lack confidence in yourself, you will not convey your message. But if you believe in yourself, if you know you have value, that what you say has impact, you will feel powerful, and you will convey that confidence to everyone around you. Confidence starts from within. If you do not believe in yourself, how can others believe in you? Confidence is not arrogance or thinking you are the best. It is the belief that you can grow, learn, and overcome any challenge. Confidence is not something you have instantly, but the result of a process. That process starts with small steps, from acting and succeeding in small things, from continually challenging yourself to step out of your comfort zone. Each time you overcome a challenge, you become more confident in your abilities. One way to build confidence is to set clear goals and have a plan to achieve them. When you have a specific goal, when you know what you are doing and why, confidence will come naturally. Without goals, you will feel like you are walking in the dark, not knowing where you are going. But with goals, you have a guiding light, and confidence will follow. Remember, confidence does not mean you never feel anxious or afraid. Successful people feel anxious and uncertain at times too. But confidence is not about having no fear. It is about acting despite fear. That is the difference between those who achieve what they want and those who only dream about it. Confidence also comes from taking care of yourself. When you spend time exercising, maintaining your health, sharpening your mind, you will feel stronger, capable of facing any difficulty. A healthy body and a sharp mind give you the confidence to tackle life's big challenges. Remember one thing: confidence is the result of action and commitment. You cannot become confident if you do not act, if you do not step out of your comfort zone. And when you act, when you start achieving even the smallest successes, confidence will follow. Think about a farmer planting rice. Every year, he sows seeds into the ground. He does not know for sure if the harvest will be good. But one thing he knows: he will do everything necessary to make the rice grow. Rain, wind, storms, or heat, it does not matter. He persists because he knows the reward only comes when the planting process is done consistently and patiently. Success is like that. It is not a result you achieve overnight. It is a process, a daily persistence, a commitment to keep going, even when things do not go as planned. Many of us want instant success. They want to see results today. And when they do not, they give up. But the truth is, real success comes from persistence and consistency. There is no quick secret, no shortcut. Success comes from relentless effort, from continuing to do the right things, even when you do not see immediate results. That is why I always say, persistence is one of the most important qualities you can develop. If you are not persistent, you will never achieve what you want. There will always be challenges, difficulties, and maybe failures. But if you keep going, if you do not give up, you will realize those challenges are stepping stones to growth. Remember, persistence is not waiting. It is not sitting still and hoping things will change. Persistence is continuous action, working every day, no matter how you feel. We cannot control everything, but we can control our actions. To succeed, you need clear goals. Those goals are the light guiding you on the long road. But the road is not always easy. There will be times you feel tired and want to give up. But then you must remember, success is not a destination, it is a process. This process will make you the person you need to become. Look at some of the most successful people in the world. They were not the best from the start. They were not free from failure, but they were the ones who did not give up. They learned from every failure, kept acting, and persevered through difficulties. That is why they succeeded. A saying I love is, success is not to be pursued, it is to be attracted by the person you become Success is not something you chase, it is something you attract by who you become. When you persist, when you learn and grow daily, you not only achieve your goals, you become a completely different person. And that person will attract success into your life. Finally, I want you to remember one important thing. Change does not happen in a moment, it is a process. You cannot become the person you want to be in one step, but every small step you take daily will bring you closer to your goals. If you want to change your life, start with small habits. Simple daily décisions. Do not wait until you feel perfect. Do not wait for everything to be just right, because life never gives you perfection before you act. Act today. That is what I want you to do. Do one thing today that you would not do if you kept procrastinating. Build a new habit, set a goal, and start immediately each day a small change. And you will realize those small changes will create a huge difference in your future. Success is not a far-off destination. It is a journey, and that journey starts with small steps. It starts with you. Believe that you can change, you can grow, and you can achieve great things in this life because you deserve it. So ask yourself, are you ready to step out of your comfort zone? Do you have enough confidence and persistence to keep acting no matter how tough the road? If the answer is yes, now is the time to start. Do not let time pass without acting. Start today. You will not only see big changes in your life, you will see yourself become a stronger, more confident person, ready to face any challenge. What is holding you back? Let me know your thoughts. And remember, all change starts with you. Start acting today, because your life will not change until you decide to change yourself. Move forward, persist, succeed.